ecological issues. They affect us all. And so, tonight on Second Nature, we'll be recycling some old nature footage.
There we go. Sorry, folks. Microsoft, they popped my volume down. So, for the record, though, I wasn't talking. I noticed right away, but I had to go to the settings and select the mic for some reason. I don't know. But anyways, thank you for joining me. And we haven't had much going on, and I haven't done these impromptu Monday night streams, folks. But we got a little tea. Come sit down, make yourself comfortable. We're going to get to it. So you guys should be hearing me now. I know I've seen your reactions out there. It's muted. But please let me know that you can hear me now. Give me a thumbs up. Give me something, folks. Give me some feedback. There we go. All right, so we're good. We're good, folks. Yes, I just had to adjust the audio settings. So we are good. Folks, this weekend there was a stream, and Von Helton got a little candid about his financial situation currently. Now, he's hinted at this in the past, where I thought he made some interesting statements. But in this one, he lays it out there, folks. He's in some trouble, and it begs some questions. There's going to be a lot of speculation, a lot of, what's the deal? And a little bit of I told you so, because I did kind of predict some of this, which is not hard with Von Helton, let's be honest. And I have a few other predictions, but apparently he's got to the 26th to come up with money, or his internet's getting shut off. We've seen this scenario before. No, don't count Von Helton out. He is like a cockroach. He always seems to scurry through. The fail force sustains him, provides him sustenance, just enough to get through. Whether it's Red Cross showing up to give him a steak, or, Ma dying so he gets a double wide. He always seems to, screw it up, but he squeaks through somehow. So it is possible that someone's probably going to cover it. I'm making that prediction. But we have seen it before where he's went like a year or so without, what was it, back in the day, so-and-so crawls the pole, and he goes without internet. Now, if that's the case, don't fear, folks. I'm sure he can go over to his new landlords and upload morning coffees like he did at Big Larry's back in the day. But that does beg the question, what about his financial backers? And someone brings that up. He says they're tapped. They're tapped, folks. That means he's not getting any money from them. Now, this is really interesting because we know he sold the property. We know that the price was around $100,000, at least off the top of my head. I think it was about $100,000 he got, US. It's $100,000 US, folks. He bought the car, a rusted out old Ford 2011 for $10,000. That wasn't a grift at all. And give up his truck. Now, Von Helton is somewhat reckless with money. We've seen him give money away in large doses. He claims not $3,000 to Brittany, fair enough, but he did give about that sum, or $1,500, whatever it was, to the Korean, or what were they? They were Taiwanese or his Vietnamese girlfriends. That's it. But generally, Von Helton, again, he's a cockroach. He doesn't need much to survive. As long as he's got his TV dinners and he's got foam to make planes and all that stuff, he don't give a fuck. And he's been guaranteed a place to live. So homelessness, I don't think, is necessarily on the horizon, but we'll cover that in a second. But I do want to bring up, he hasn't been doing foam planes. He hasn't been doing the upgrades to the Gravy Dome. He hasn't been displaying, boxes from Amazon, which one would expect with Von Helton. And I had said a while ago, and maybe, I don't think anyone actually knows, for 100%. I could be wrong. If someone does, speak up. But we don't know the exact deal that was made. It appeared to me, and I believe Von did touch on this, that he was given a chunk of cash up front. And there was some deal made where he could live on the property rent-free for some indefinite amount of time. Now, I'll pause here. What is that timeline, folks? That begs the question, what is that timeline? Now, Von talked like till he died. Or is it as long as these people own the property? Because, these people, if they're investing, remember they're investing in the rental properties, and Vaughn was talking about how they, quote unquote, meaning himself included, we're going to benefit from higher rent because it's all going to be renovated. That could be a complete fiction in Vaughn's mind. That could be they are fixing up the rental properties to get more rent. But was that part of the deal? Was the rest of it supposed to be paid off through the renter stuff? He had access to some kind of income. Well, maybe that is the deal. Because his electricity isn't getting shut off, that kind of stuff. But he says he cannot afford to pay his internet bill, which is a bundle. It's his landline. It's his internet. What else? Oh, cable. Right? He went to the financial backers. They're tapped. So is it something like that? But definitely he did not get all the money up front. But the stupid twit signed over his property. He signed over the property. It's not his. He doesn't. How can you sell your property and be broke? Right? All because he got behind on a few grand in taxes and didn't want the responsibility of it anymore. Of fixing up the double wide, being an adult, you know, all the things that come with growing up. So he took a back door that gave him what he wanted. He didn't give a fuck if he was in the double wide. He knows he's not getting the kids back. He just wanted things back the way they were, like when his mom was alive, where he just lived in the single wide, everything was looked after, and he could just be Von Helton, right? Which, fine, good for him. Well, be careful what you wish for, Vaughn, because this seems to be a very interesting development here. So he took an easy way out, signed over the property without getting all the money, making some deal, I'm not sure what, where he got a chunk of money up front. He's blown through that. Money is not coming in. And I'm just looking for a perspective of these people. Now, I want to say, and I've said this before, I've heard that they're decent people. I don't know them at all. They could be very well okay people. Like, I'm not throwing anything at the feet of these people, right? But they gigoloed him. They gigoloed him. I mean, I haven't seen any hot meals coming over to Von Helton's house lately, like it was in the beginning, right? All that free shit, the dinners, home-cooked meals. That fucking train stopped. Remember they told him they were going to finance the Lowell suits? What happened to that? Vaughn got gigoloed, folks. I fucking called it. He got fucking gigoloed. I don't know how much. From the tops of the mountains, folks. Von Helton got gigoloed. And we're beginning to see. This is the beginning. This could be the beginning. Now, again, Vaughn is like a cockroach. He finds a way. You know, someone's going to squeak through and help him somewhere. But this is where we're starting to see the cracks, folks. Everything's starting to... This is the beginning of a downward spiral, I think. And when I brought up the fact, what is the timeline that Von Helton has as long as they own the property? Because if you're investing in this place, clearing land, fixing it up, fixing up the rental properties, this could be a retirement little nest egg place for them to hide out for the rest of their life. Or they could be planning to flip it. Just think about this. They give them some money down. The tap's drying up. They flip the property and say, well, we just promised you could live here as long as we owned it. Now it's up to the new owner. Vaughn could find himself not only not receiving the rest of the money for the property, because I doubt very much he's got shit in writing. I'll guarantee you the only fucking thing that's in writing about this whole thing is the deed, is the land deed, and whatever paperwork was required. You know, a lawyer or whatever the case, to flip this land over. Beyond that, as any deal of him living there, any payment arrangement, any money coming from rental properties, which I guarantee he's not claiming, if in fact he even is. Is all just in the ether of the Von sphere. We don't know what he interprets as the deal, if that's just Von fiction or if it's actually reality. Yesterday's fiction becomes tomorrow's reality. Folks, I'm almost done babbling. You can hear my voice going hoarse because I don't have the gift of gab like a Von Helton who can just talk for hours about himself. But I wanted to wait for a few people to come in. Thank you for being here. Please, folks, thumbs it up. We're going to give this a little context because I got a feeling news like this, a few more people might show up. So I'm going to actually put this back to the beginning, just to get a little context. Vaughn up here, and then we'll skip up. And I'll make this announcement throughout as people come in, like we're coming up to it, because I want everybody to savor this and give me your opinions on it. I would like to hear it, because who the fuck knows, right? But, so we'll watch a little bit of context first, and then we'll skip it up to where Von Helton reveals his current financial situation. Folks, thanks for being here. We're going to get the show rocking right fucking now. But just before I do that, folks, I want to make sure that it's unmuted. All right, let's go.
A crazy person and that you're not really doing anything to stop this stuff, then I don't see the point. Do you see a point? I don't see a point. Oh, well, hey, I'm a crazy person. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I didn't do it.
Yeah, I didn't do it either. Don't blame me.
Don't blame me. I didn't do it.
All right, I got my headset on. Can you hear me? Is the headset okay?
Yeah. We hear you. We hear you. You're a little bit muffled, but that's okay.
A little bit muffled? Oh, boy.
So, as you see, as you entered the chat, obviously, we have a poll going, folks, about Von Helton's shirt. Now, I'm looking at those sleeves. We've seen this before. If Von Helton, someone mentioned, if Von Helton isn't transgender, his shirts are. Because we've been, the Peach incident back in the day, the Carl Palmer video. If you've been around, if you know, you know. Von Helton has raided his mother's closet more than once. Back then, that was clothes by the pound. They used to get the big bags of clothes from the thrift shop. And you just pull whatever out and wear it. Now, I will say, not often do you see women's shirts with a pocket on the front like that. But I have seen shirts more geared to like senior women that have something like that on it. Not saying that, you know, I'm just saying in my experience. Some of the women could correct me, maybe it's for all ages. Generally, the only time I see pockets on like a woman's shirt like that is like either it's a kid or it's like an old lady. So I'm speculating, but I'm thinking he raided Ma's closet on that one. What do you guys think? Let me know in the poll, folks.
A little bit, but that's okay.
Them titties, though. I actually hope I don't. When he gets ranting, he gets a jiggling later, folks. And I'm actually hoping that YouTube doesn't strike down the channel for graphic content, if you know what I'm saying.
It's all right. It's not
Where
bad.
where are you, John? Which fast food place are you hanging out at?
I am at the location where the incident happened. There's the same place that
you're back at the
time.
scene of the crime. Yeah, you're back at the scene
of the crime. How am I sounding now?
You sound the same. You sound the same, but you're fine. There's nothing wrong with the sound. It's okay. When you play it back, you'll see it's fine.
Okay.
It's just,
all right. Well,
you just sound a little tiny bit muffled, but that's not a big deal. Anyway.
All right.
We got another set of storms with tornadoes coming in right after this one. Probably be here in a day or two. And I'm just gonna sit here like this, man. I'm just gonna sit here like this.
The hail. They said that they reported. I saw the pictures from Dabu 7 that you had.
So people are asking about the tornadoes. Vaughn will touch on that as well. As you know, he's a weather wizard, a welfare warlock of sorts. Now, someone brought up a good point. And it's good to see you in the audience, or women typically, like a senior like Ma, probably wouldn't wear a black shirt, so that's a point against it. Possibly a teen shirt, which would explain why the sleeves don't exactly fit. But my counter to that is, he's got the tight sleeves, but he's got the man boob area open, like the cut of the shirt, right, permits roominess for the man boobs, which would be in line with a shirt for a female. Maybe it was meant for a teen female. Anybody? I don't know.
Hail, just like I described in one of our last discussions, the size of apples.
Yeah.
Size of oranges and apples.
Well, like I said, they're saying I'm a crazy person, and hey, crazy people can't stop the weather weapons now, can they? So,
Wait a minute. Tell me, how close did those tornadoes come to where?
Laurel County is not far from.
Someone pointed out it looks like a dark green to them. Maybe it's one of the, is this going to go viral, folks? Wasn't it like the polka dot dress or the fucking stripe? Was it a blue or a red? I can't remember. Remember those things that went around a few years ago and everybody was fighting? Is it gray? Is it blue? Is it fucking, maybe it's Maybelline? I don't know. Do you guys remember that? Who knows?
Clay County at all. It's not. It's not far from Clay County at all. It's not far at all. And, but I mean, hey,
I don't want to dox you. I don't want to give away where, but there are roads there named after your family name.
Yeah, I know. I don't give a shit.
They know where everyone knows where Vaughn lives. Actually,
yeah. All the trolls and haters know where I live anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So wait, that area where you live is after your family name? There's a lot of places there that are they've got your family name there.
Oh well. I'm a crazy person, man. That's what they're saying. I'm a crazy person. So
how you doing, Sammy? How's everything on your end?
I'm doing all right. Things are moving quickly.
They are.
The final push to rescue our remaining hostages and to defeat the Hamas has been activated. It's called Gideon's Chariots in Hebrew, Merkavot.
So for people just joining, stick around. I've been holding off the Von Broke thing so everybody has a chance to come in. I don't want to listen to much Sammy, but I am going to start skipping it. So if you've just joined, you haven't missed anything. We're saving the best. You know how I do. So I'm going to start skipping it ahead here because I don't want to listen to Sammy rant on about fucking Israel. So.
Done. So, time is short. I told you. There may be.
Let's find out what the hell they want. Let's find out what the Netherlands want. Let's find out what they want.
NPR and PBS used to have specials and documentaries. I used to like watching them when I was still in New York. Yeah. But the opening to every documentary, every news program.
Rockefeller Foundation, right? From a grant from the Rockefeller Foundation. Yeah, I remember. Uh-huh. Yeah, I remember. I don't forget.
What's the name of that other one starts with a C?
What's that?
The family that starts with a C.
Oh, let's see. Carnegie family. Carnegie Mellon is what it's called now in today's world. It's called Carnegie Mellon. It was just Carnegie by himself, but now it's Carnegie Mellon for whatever fucked up reason.
It's best you stay put and don't move around too much. Don't travel. Don't take long distant vacations because the world is going to go into upheaval. So it's just like you lay low and stay where you are. Stay put where you are, and don't move around. Don't travel too much. That was good advice.
I don't know, man. If somebody buys me a passport and gets it stamped and then buys me a plane ticket, I may be out of here. There's no point in me defending something that doesn't defend me and that doesn't represent me. So I don't see the point.
No, but all that devastation over there in Kentucky, it might, make people think differently or reconsider. The whole entire rebuilding process might make people a little.
That ain't going to change a goddamn. That ain't going to change a goddamn thing. Their opinion, not their opinion of me. So you have to understand the mindset of the Christian. The mindset of the Christian is that I'm evil. I'm of the devil, And according to good old King James in his particular version of the Bible, I'm to be put to death. Okay, and Christians, they ain't forgot that shit. They still remember that shit. And so anybody wearing a pentagram, anybody wearing any kind of pagan paraphernalia, we're of the devil and we need to be destroyed. And you're not going to change their mindset on that shit. You're not going to change it. Okay, and I have absolutely.
You know what you're reminded me of? A scene from The Water Boy with Adam Sandler, Bill Boucher, Bobby Boucher. His mom is like, it's of the devil. It's of the devil.
Oh, that's how they believe in real life. That's how they believe in real life, and you're not going to change their opinion on it. You're just not. So,
oh man, you know what? I got my heavy metal guitar all finely tuned, and I got the EMG pickups to the point where I'm doing full on Judas Priest, and I'm practicing my riffs for Judas Priest, and it's sounding cool. It's like I got the Sentinel. I got the Sentinel going on.
I love the Sentinel. I love that Sentinel.
It's so cool. It's not so hard to play, but now I have the effects. I have the sound, the tone that I wanted, and I'm getting really hyped because I can play it. And
well, if you play it and I sing it, it'll come out great. I promise.
It's gotten me all.
I can sing it. I can sing Judas Priest. I can sing Judas Priest.
Well, I'll give Vaughn. He can sing Judas Priest about as well as he can sing anything else. But is that the collab that the world needs right now, folks? The Sammy Von Helton connection? Is that?
The problem with singing Judas Priest, though, is that I've got to belt out these high notes, and there's no place to do it without causing a commotion, because I got to really belt it out there, and where are you going to do that at except in a soundproof booth, So, and there's not very many soundproof booths around here.
Israel
Vaughn lives in the middle of fucking nowhere in the mountains of Kentucky. Come on.
The Hebrew name, one of the Hebrew names for Israel is Zion. And you know what's
J Skull donated $5 through Super Chat. I'd rather string myself up by my gonads and have my ass cheeks tased than listen to Sammy's voice.
Yeah, I know, it's rough. It's rough, folks. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much for the super chat. Like I said, I was just waiting for some people to come in. I noticed that the YouTube is doing its thing too, so folks, I'm trying to hold off. But we'll skip it up ahead. We're going to get up in here where Von Helton drops the news. But there's these little nuggets along the way, the breadcrumbs, folks. So if you're just joining, stick around. You haven't missed anything yet. But I agree. It's like nails on a chalkboard.
Zion means in Hebrew, it means sentinel. It means signal. It means
don't hear anything.
By the way,
that crazy fool Von Helton in Kentucky was right, because I'm looking out my window and there's thousands of butterflies out there. So that could be.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
We've got so many different sources of people from people in different perspectives on things.
Well, I've actually got 3 people that have joined Freedom Religion now, so that's good. So congrats to those people. So we're now 4 instead of 1. So,
you see, it's mostly Hindu and Indian a mysticism that is actually on the money, is very accurate. It's because it's the end of the Kali Yuga. It's the time of turmoil and a transition phase. And now she's, according to the Vedic a calendar and zodiac, and her methodology, or her school of interpreting the stars, which is forbidden in Judaism. But guess what? In the Hebrew.
Boris Dankovich has just tipped $2 through Super Chat. Homeless arch incoming?
There may be a homeless ark. Now, to be clear again, if you're just joining, folks, a lot of speculation is how this payment arrangement, living arrangement set up. But what I can gather, what I'm getting from this, is Vaughn was given a chunk of money up front and the promise that he could live there without paying rent. Now, he had to pay his own bills, But as far as it's basically back to the same, a similar situation to when it was his mom was there, right? Now, does that carry over? Did they promise not to sell the land or move, or maybe the situation will change? Could very well. If they plan on flipping that property, Von might get rubbed for the money and also fucked out of a place to live. But as it stands now, he's not in danger of being homeless. He's just in danger, the first steps of losing internet, phone, and cable as of May 26th. But we'll get into all that in a moment, folks.
Language. There's only one letter separating the Jews from the Indians, because we use
Right, the Muslims
Islam is
because of all the seismic activity and because of all the magma under the earth, will literally push it right back up out of the sea again. Now, is he right? Well, I don't know. He got an awful lot of shit right in the past, so we'll see. But yeah, that was one of the things that
so many ominous things and so many
a lot of ominous shit. Yeah, absolutely.
Auspicious events have taken place. The Jesuit Pope croaking, that was a big deal.
Yeah, Manchester, Kentucky flood advisory until Sunday, May the 18th. Is that 18? Let me see here. Let me use my cheat sheet. Yeah, May the 18th at 12 a.m. EDT. Okay, so flood advisory out there, and like I said, we got another wave coming our way. So get ready for that.
There wasn't just one tornado. It was like about 20 or 30.
There's a bunch of, they love sending groups of tornadoes. They don't just send one; they send groups of them, and it's like, these motherfuckers wanting to take me out, because that's what it sounds like, right? The first wave was 5 tornadoes, I believe, 5 or 6 tornadoes, and then this wave was a huge tornado and 3 or 4 little ones to go with it. And now this next one, I think it's just going to be another group of 4 or 5 tornadoes. So, they're wanting me out bad, buddy. They want to take my happy ass out bad for some reason.
I'll tell you something just according to what I'm feeling and kind of picking up the vibe from what my rabbi's saying, is that he also said it last week. He said the humbling of the human race, but especially of the Jewish people, in order to get them closer to God, has been an ongoing process. All these events that we've been going through, but with the final clincher is when the money dies and when everybody loses their money.
Right.
He said this specifically about the Jews. He said, when you all lose your money, you will all be the same. Everybody will be equal. Okay, so you won't have as much strife.
Time ago, he was going bye-bye. I will actually play a part in that. My children will actually play a part in that. I don't know to what extent. There was a prophetess, a seer, a new age, or whatever you want to call her. She messaged me on Delphi forums years and years and years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. She messaged me on Delphi forums. She was so excited. She said, Von, you're going to be married. And not only are you going to be married, you're going to have children, and those children are going to destroy evil in the earth. It's going to be a glorious time. And you got to laugh, because at the time I didn't even have a girlfriend, And she's like, you're going to be married and you're going to have kids, and it's going to be awesome and everything's going to be great. And she, she said that my children would have a prophecy over them, which they do. And then I have a prophecy that says you have a great and glorious future that'll benefit all of mankind. So obviously that hasn't happened yet either. So
we're on the cusp of it now, to use that word again.
We're on the cusp of it now? I hope so, because I'm ready for this shit.
I have been going on and on for about a decade with John about the end of the money being the main...
that's the main focal point, yeah. That's the main focal point.
Yeah, the main driver.
Absolutely, because see, when their money is no good, what's going to happen? These criminals are going to come to them and going to say, hey, your money's no good. I ain't working for you no more. And so you don't have to fear death or being robbed or raped or whatever, because the money's no good. What advantage do they have? They no longer have an advantage. They no longer have power over the people of Earth, and the people of Earth will actually rise up and rebel at that point.
Make this correlation, and again, let me make this connection. Okay, America attached, and Glenn Beck did a nice kind of like a deconstruction of this topic, the financial system. America attached the dollar or to petroleum in order to have domination.
They even call it the petrodollar. They call it the petrodollar.
The financial system is, and let me remind you again, what is Rockefeller known for?
Oil,
what is for? The oil, the petroleum. What's the name of their company that they started with?
Standard Oil.
Standard Oil. Does that begin to ring a bell in people's heads?
Yeah.
Who orchestrated?
His nose in it when he did.
Why did he? Why did the Rockefellers stick their nose in it? Why?
JP Morgan is on record why he did it. He said flat out. He said, I can't make no money off of it. He said that. He said that to Tesla's face. He said, I can't make no money of it. And Tesla said, that's the point. I want it to be free. I want people to get energy for free.
Why did the electric car for decades? Why did it have to take Elon Musk and Tesla to guess what Tesla to?
That's the thing. We don't need those batteries, though. We don't need lithium batteries.
Mass manufacture electric cars when the technology was available in the 60s and 70s, and people built
it. General Motors put out a car called the EV1. You guys can Google that. And they put it out there and tested it and everything, and then they shelved it because of the internal combustion.
Look, well, let me be a little sardonic here about it. People played along. People went along with this because they understood, if not in a sophisticated way, that all these robber barons, all these so-called captains of industry, choosing bamboozled, but they were also
Sea Smoker outside says, I thought Von Helton was a weather wizard. Well, you know what? The people down here don't want me doing that. They don't want me stopping the weather. They say that I'm crazy for stopping the weather. So I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to sit on my ass with my arms folded and let it happen whatever happens. Because, I mean, hey, if they're going to accuse me of being crazy, then I don't see where I need to do jack shit, huh? So I just let shit happen the way it happens. And if something happens, oh, well, too bad. Because that's the way I feel about it. They don't
you know why the fucking liberal progressives are so pissed off with Robert Kennedy Jr.
Because he wants to save America.
Off of anything I say.
Right.
Do your own research. Don't take medical advice from me.
Right. Well,
it's hard once you've swallowed so much poison and delusions and be the one to predict the exact date and time.
Bong.
But at this point, you have to be an absolute freaking fool living as some sort of.
You got a question in the outside chat, Sammy.
What's the question?
245. He says, question for Sammy. Do you love or hate the United States, and do you want it to collapse?
No, I don't hate the United States. I feel bad for what happened to the United States. I grew up American. I had a good time when the party was on and life was good in America. I was there for the time when it was still I am not God. Whatever His will is.
So we'll see how things go, man. We'll see what happens. But the destroyer's coming.
I am not God. Whatever His will is His will. And this is where I start.
All right, so folks, if you're just joining, thank you for joining. But this is the main event. So we're going to let Von babble. We're going to give it a little bit of pretext for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then he's going to drop the bomb about his financial situation. So thank you for being here. This is what it's all about, folks. Thumbs it up, all that good stuff. Sammy is finally done, so it's just going to be Von solo. And,
Have a good night.
All right, Sammy. I'll see you. And so there we are. There we are, folks. But yeah, I saw 555 Thursday afternoon. I saw 555. then Saturday morning, Thursday afternoon 5:55. Friday morning, the gods wake me up at exactly 3:33 in the morning. And then while I'm doing my morning coffee, my I Was Right video, I look over and it's 444, and I got that on camera. I actually got that on camera. So these angelic numbers keep coming over and over and over and over and over again. And there's no way you can call it coincidence at this point, because they're literally happening over and over and over and over and over again. And so there is something big getting ready to go down. As could be the destroyer. I mean, the gods and goddesses told me, they said the destroyer is coming to wipe out these elite families and to set the people of Earth free. And boy, that sounds like a damn good idea. So I can't wait for that shit to happen. And hopefully I will have a small part in that. Hopefully my kids will play a part in that, because we're supposed to destroy evil in the earth. We'll see what part we play in that. But the destroyer is coming, and the people of Earth will be set free. The gods and goddesses specifically told me that America would be restored back to a republic again. And I had a whole bunch of Chinese on Getter asked me, said, well, hey, man, is China going to be restored back to a republic? Very possible. It's very possible. Because, see, people's eyes are going to be open to all the corruption that was going on. And it's going to make them think. You're going to stop and think, hey, wait a minute, like Sammy said earlier, people are going to wake up. And that woman said on that video earlier, some people may even commit suicide because they'll be like, they got so accustomed to being a slave that that's all they know. And so they'll commit suicide, not realizing that they've actually been set free. And that's tragic, obviously. And I don't wish that on anybody. And Ozzy Osbourne, is on record saying suicide is never a solution. So listen to Ozzy. He's telling you the truth. Suicide is never a solution. But yeah, it's going to be an incredible thing. You look out your window and you see thousands and thousands of butterflies. What are you going to do?
I believe the song is Suicide Solution. And the opening lines are, wine is fine, but liquor's quicker. I think it's about alcoholism and killing yourself with booze. But
you're going to say, hey, that's pretty significant. You go online and boom, you bump right into the butterfly prophecy. And it's like, oh, well, here's a guy who's telling us all about it months, years, whatever ago. And, so then you act accordingly and everything works out great. So we'll see how things go, man. We'll see what happens. But, obviously, things are moving, because I keep seeing these angelic numbers over and over and over and over and over. And it's ironic because I ain't got no funding, because everybody's giving their super chats to everybody but me. And so I'm going to have my internet, my phone, and my cable turned off on the 26th for lack of payment. And meanwhile, all these people telling you half truths and walking that razor's edge so that they don't lose any of their subscribers. Them people, that have told you half truths, they're still going to keep going on. So, I mean, I guess that's what people want. They don't want the raw truth. They just want a half truth that tickles their ears, I guess. Whatever. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be funny. Meanwhile, all these angelic numbers keep coming and coming and coming. So we'll see what happens, And the trolls are like, well, maybe the angelic numbers means you're going to die, Vaughn. Well, if I die, then I die.
Well, there it is. If I die, but we're getting to it, folks. We're getting close. And I always find it's interesting with Vaughn is that when things in reality start going downhill, things in his supernatural realm seem to always elevate and have promise of hope. It's obvious that this is, I'm going to be a poet here, that it's cope. This is a Von Helton coping mechanism, right? As reality is spinning wildly out of control, his fictitious life, his weather wizard life, is elevated. Always. Always. Isn't that interesting? Where are we? We're getting there, folks.
Well, if I die, I die. So what? I ain't worried about that shit. I mean, I'll just come right back, because the prophecy over my head hadn't happened yet, right? So I just come back. I'll either come back in this body or I'll come back in another body. But my prophecy has not been fulfilled. Therefore, I have to keep coming back until that prophecy is fulfilled. That's how prophecies work. There's no power on earth, above earth, or below earth that's going to stop a prophecy from occurring. They can delay it, they can forestall it, they can make life miserable, but are they going to be able to stop the prophecy? Ultimately, no. The prophecy will eventually come to pass. It has to. That's how prophecies work.
Now, and I'm being honest, I don't know. Can someone confirm, is forestall an actual word? I'm ignorant on that. He could be 100% right. I'm not. Did he just make up a word, or is that real? Can someone double check that for me? I'm willing to concede it's a real word. I don't know. Forestall. How can that's kind of hurting my brain.
Sure. So, but I'm not worried, because people ask me all the time, are you worried? I said, no, not in the least. I had six tornadoes heading straight for me. What was it? A week ago, I think it was. I had six tornadoes heading straight for Clay County. And everybody asked me, well, aren't you worried? Aren't you worried? I said, no, I'm going to sleep like a baby.
All right, we have confirmation in the chat. Forestall is a word. I've never heard it. I've never heard that expression.
Because I know in whom I serve, and that is the gods and goddesses of freedom religion. And I know that they have a plan to restore my life back to the way it was. And then on top of that, I have the prophecy over my head that says you have a great, glorious future that'll benefit all of mankind. And so between those two things, no, I'm not worried about shit. Yeah, I'm going to have to go through some tough times probably, but I'm not worried about anything because I know that everything's going to work out in the end. And that's all that matters. So I'm not really concerned about it. That's just the way it goes. And I don't know where John is at. I don't know if he wants to go. We're coming up on an hour and a half. I don't know if he still wants to keep going or what does he want to do. Yeah, somebody in the outside chat. Where'd John go? I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, my Animax being turned off. For how long? For indefinite. I don't have no money to pay the bill, dude. And so, yeah, it's getting turned off indefinitely because I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money coming in. Meanwhile, these trolls online are getting $50, $100 super chats. So, I mean, people want...
I appreciate it. I don't think I'm getting $100 super chats, but if you do want to support the channel, folks, there's the PayPal link. If you want to join us over on MeWe or Discord, there's the link. And we even got some folks merch. Well, there's new stuff up there, folks. It's exciting over there at the Den of Dank. You might want to check that out. Just a shameless plug. But being here, I just appreciate it. But there is no money coming in, folks. He's broke. May 26th, the internet is getting shut down, folks. Let's just put that back. Let's just put that back for a sec.
Yeah, somebody in the outside chat. Where'd John go? I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, my Animax being turned off. For how long? For indefinite. I don't have no money to pay the bill, dude. And so, yeah, it's getting turned off indefinitely because I ain't got no money. I ain't got no money coming in. Meanwhile, these trolls online are getting $50, $100 super chats. So, I mean, people want the lie. They don't want the truth. They want lies. And that's just the way it is, man. People want a comfortable lie instead of the raw truth. And so they give money to all these trolls and haters and naysayers and all these people that give you half truths, they'll give them super chats. They'll give them money on their PayPal or they'll give them money on their Patreon. It's just the way it is, man. It's the way shit goes. Nobody, I mean, look at my cash. I mean, is my Cash App going off right now? No, it's not going off. I mean, I've had my Cash App out there how many years? I just signed on to Ko-Fi, thinking that maybe people want to use Ko-Fi and no, nothing. Not a damn thing. So, oh well. That's the way it goes, man, They don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear a comfortable lie, and that's their prerogative. It's my prerogative. That's the way I want to live. It's my prerogative. But anyway, that's the way it goes, man. That's the way it goes, Honshu. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know where John went to. We're coming up on an hour and a half. So I guess he's going to end it at an hour and a half. I don't know. But yeah, everything's getting ready to come down. Maybe me going dark is a sign in of itself. You know, maybe we're going to get those 3 days of darkness or some shit. You never know. It's untelling what. Me going dark would be a physical manifestation of the 3 days of darkness that's getting ready to occur. I don't know.
Vaughn's internet getting shut down is the prophecy is being fulfilled, folks. The foreshadowing of a 3 days of darkness. It's almost biblical.
I'm guessing. You know, the gods have not revealed what's going on. I have to guess, just like you. They're keeping their cards close to the vest for whatever reason. And but if the gods and goddesses tell me something, I'll tell you, provided I have internet. Provided I have internet, I'll tell you. But until then, they're keeping their cards close to the vest. So we'll see what happens. And it is 1:30. John, where are you at? It's an hour and 30 minutes, bro. I don't know where he's at. I don't know where he's at, man. How far behind in payments? I'm not far behind. I'm just the financial backers are tapped out, dude.
The financial backers are tapped out. So some people have speculated that this might just be a grift.
Hallelujah, praise Jesus. We both got fucked with no move. Ooh, ooh, ah, yeah, ah, yeah, ah, yeah.
CH0KEY. Pokey equals donated $10 through Super Chat. It has nothing to do with truth or lies, only the lulz. Todd Malico 8 donated $100. Suck it, Vaughn. This one's dedicated to the 19 people that died in the Kentucky tornadoes yesterday.
Jesus Christ. Thank you very much, Todd. I do appreciate that. And that's a good gesture as well to the people that lost their lives in the tornadoes as Vaughn crosses his arms and gleefully wrings his hands over the thing. I do appreciate that. Thanks a lot. Wow. So there you go, Vaughn. I guess prophecies are fulfilled. Also, thank you to Coke for your contribution. I do appreciate that super chat. And thanks a lot. That was really great, guys. Thanks. I don't know really what to say. Prophecies, folks. I might have to switch to freedom religion here, but I do want to put this back for a sec. I want to capture and savor this. I'm going to unfettered, unmolested. I'm not going to say a word. I'm just going to let the horse's vagina flop it out here. But thanks again, folks.
You know, it's just the way it is, man. It's the way shit goes. Nobody. I mean, look at my cash. I mean, is my Cash App going off right now? No, it's not going off. You know. I mean, I've had my Cash App out there how many years? I just signed on to Ko-Fi, you know, thinking that maybe people want to use Ko-Fi, and no, nothing. Not a damn thing. So, oh well. That's the way it goes, man, you know. They don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear a comfortable lie, and that's their prerogative. It's my prerogative. That's the way I want to live. It's my prerogative. But anyway. That's the way it goes, man. That's the way it goes, Honshu. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know where John went to. We're coming up on an hour and a half. So I guess he's going to end it at an hour and a half. I don't know. But yeah, everything's getting ready to come down. Maybe me going dark is a sign in of itself, you know. Maybe we're going to get those 3 days of darkness or some shit. You never know. It's untelling what. Me going dark would be a physical manifestation of the 3 days of darkness that's getting ready to occur. I don't know. I'm guessing. You know, the gods have not revealed what's going on. I have to guess, just like you. They're keeping their cards close to the vest for whatever reason. And but if the gods and goddesses tell me something, I'll tell you, provided I have internet. Provided I have internet, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's a soft bag right there. You know, folks, I'm trying not to pay attention to the 2 ski slopes that Von Helton has going on his chest right now, but you know, it's...
But until then, They're keeping their cards close to the vest.
I mean, his titty is literally poking through the pocket. I mean, not only is there shirt over it, there's a pocket. It's double layers of fabric. And he's got these, like, fucking little elf shoes on his fucking chest.
So, we'll see what happens. And it is 1:30. John, where are you at? It's an hour and 30 minutes, bro. I don't know where he's at. I don't know where he's at, man. How far behind in payments? I'm not far behind. I'm just, the financial backers are tapped out, dude. They're tapped out. They're done. They're done. They basically said they were done. So that's it. I'm on my own again. So I need to have steady income coming in. Now,
they said they were done. The honeymoon's over, folks. I told you this was a clear case of gigoloing. The gigolo. And if you didn't catch that, you don't know what I mean by that. It's when you wine and dine the person and you lull them in when there's a bigger prize. You know, these people were putting out cash and making promises. And you got to think, what's the game, right? Well, what's a few home-cooked meals and, paying a few bills and throwing some paint up on the walls when you're basically going to get the property for a down payment? Dude. 100% this fucking guy got gigoloed. I'm just saying. I mean, it's an objective fact, I think, at this point. I want to put that back again. Is it wrong to kind of savor this a little bit? I don't.
That I'll tell you. But until then, they're keeping their cards close to the vest.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens. And it is 1:30. John, where are you at? It's an hour and 30 minutes, bro. I don't know where he's at. I don't know where he's at, man. How far behind in payments? I'm not far behind. I'm just, the financial backers are tapped out, dude. They're tapped out. They're done. They're done. They basically said they were done. So that's it. I'm on my own again. So I need to have steady income coming in. Now I am trying to get my disability again because I got denied again. So I'm trying to get that, but I kind of jumped the gun. I thought since I had already tried just like not even a month ago to get it, that the lawyer would just go in there and say, hey, give him his shit, and that'd be the end of it. But it didn't work that way. We got to go through the whole fucking rigmarole all over again, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. But that's the way they got to do it, I guess. Whatever. Because I thought the lawyer would just go in there, hey, give him his stuff. You denied him for years and years and years. Give him his stuff. It's kind of like what the judge said in family court. Hey, give him his money. Well, they don't want to give me my money. I don't know why. They just don't want to give me my money. So whatever. Do you recommend dating apps to find a wife? I cannot decide if they are good or not. Dating apps are no good anymore. Now, you say, well, Vaughn, you found your wife on SinglesNet. Yeah, that was back when dating websites actually helped you hook up with people in the real world and get married and shit. They don't do that no more. Dating apps now, they consider a date, okay, to be you texting somebody else on their website. They consider that a date. That is considered a date now. It's not a date. It's texting. But they consider it a date. Okay, so you get the play of words here. It's a play on words. Because you're not dating them, you're just texting them. It's not a date. But they call it a date, and they'll charge you for it. Because every time you email them on their service, they charge you. Every time you do a live a video, they charge you. Every time you watch one of their videos, they charge you. Every time you respond to something, they charge you. And
so Vaughn is really that fucking stupid and just naive to reality, right? From living in his bubble. He doesn't realize he wasn't on a dating site. He was like on a cam girl fucking, buy yourself an Asian bride site, right? He wasn't on like Plenty of Fish or Tinder or any of that shit, right? He just went he does what John does. He found chicks on Facebook and he got pulled over to these like webcam girl sites. and they drained him of money last time, and then he tried to claim it was a fraud and got $1,500 back or something. He's just a fool. He's like, that's exactly what those sites are built for, is people like Von Helton. Not a dating site, folks. Dating sites still exist as far as I know, eHarmony and all that shit. That do charge a fee, but not this shit, what he's talking about. It's just like, you meet someone, hey, it's cool, you want to meet for a drink sometime, and then you actually meet the people because they live in your fucking vicinity, right? Not Vietnam. The Vietnam diplomat. You guys remember that? His land was going to be sovereign fucking communist soil. Real commies. Not the fake liberal ones, so it was okay. You guys remember all that?
So what is it? It's just a money racket. You never actually meet these people in real life, like I did on SinglesNet with Andrea. That's all gone. The goal is not to get you to meet this person in real life anymore. The goal is to get you to spend money. And so the dating sites are nothing but garbage now. And as far as I know, eHarmony is even the same way now. You don't actually meet somebody in real life. You just get on there, you chat with them, and that's considered a date. An e-date, I guess we could call it. But and then of course they charge you money for it. But yeah, dating websites are FUBAR now. There's nothing wrong with nothing good about them. They're just money pits now. Okay, it's just money pit now. Years ago on SinglesNet, I met Andrea. We were able to chat privately amongst ourselves, and then we were able to exchange our emails, and we started emailing each other. And then she came up here to be with me from Alabama, and everything hit it off really nice. Everything was going swimmingly until these trolls didn't like the fact that I spoke out against Obama and made those abomination videos. And that's what set everything off. And then they got on Skype and plotted to destroy my family and my finances and get the local government to do it. And that's exactly what happened. And that's how things went down. Yeah, well, the dating websites back in the day, would let you meet somebody in real life. They won't do that no more. You try to send somebody your email or your address or whatever, all they see on their end is a bunch of little X's. That's all they see. They don't see your email or your name or your address or nothing. They just see a bunch of X's. They've got the software made that way. So if you try to give them your email, they won't see it. They just see a bunch of X's on their side. You see it on your side. You can type out your email on your side, but when it gets to them, all they see is X's, or they may not even see anything at all. It may just be an empty email, but they won't see nothing. They won't see anything. They prohibit you from meeting in real life or connecting in real life in any way because they want that money. See, everything is about money now. It ain't about doing what's right. It's about money, and that's just the way it is. And I even contacted this one website. And I said, look, man, what do I got to do to meet this person in real life? And, they said that, I have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars on their website and, in protracted time, months and months and months, even years. And then I might be able to exchange my personal information with this person. And it was a might. It wasn't a guarantee.
Well, as far as I know how dating sites work, the website doesn't decide when you guys are able to go on a date. The two people chatting decide. If she wanted to meet you, Vaughn, she would have just... this is just lunacy. This is absolute lunacy, right? The shit abyss, folks. We're see, I can't even... We're at the threshold, right? We're staring, but don't step in. This is as far as we can go of trying to rationalize any of this shit, right?
In other words, no, you're never going to meet this person, okay? They're never going to let you meet in person. I mean, did it take years for me and Andrea? No, it was like a couple months on SinglesNet. Then we were able to exchange emails, and then everything clicked, and she come up here to be my wife. But, it was, it was a different time back then, obviously. Dating websites now are FUBAR. They're totally FUBAR. They're just a money pit. There is nothing legit about a dating website today. And like I said, eHarmony now is the same way, I bet. I'd almost bet. You know, GoFish and eHarmony, all the big named places. I'm still banned on GoFish, I think. And oh, you're spamming. No, I'm trying to find a wife. I'm not spamming. I'm trying to find a wife. You're spamming. Boom, you're banned. It's like,
well, it's not called GoFish. I think it's called Plenty of Fish. And how many women do you have to be messaging at one time to be accused of spamming? Like, obviously, he's beyond the bounds of his local area. He's not just doing this in Kentucky. He's probably put the radius at, like, you know, whatever, right? And just hitting every female's fucking profile. And they probably thought he was a bot or something. That's insane. How many, like, websites like this, not just dating sites, but these, like, PayPal and all this stuff, has Vaughn been actively, like, banned from and, like, kicked off of for just stupid shit?
what the fuck? How the hell am I supposed to find somebody if I don't put myself out there? You know, what a bunch of shit. But anyway, and that was Go Fish did that one. So in case you all are wondering. So yeah, fuck them sideways. They're a bunch of assholes. They're a bunch of assholes. Yeah. I don't know where John is at. It's 1:37. Where you at, John? Are you there? Did you fall asleep? John may have fell asleep. Or he may be busy working, or he may be with the girlfriend or something. I don't know. Who knows? I have no controls, so I can't shut the show down. All I can do is sit here and talk. So that's what I'll do. I'll sit here and talk. What I am going to do, though, is go get an ice cream sandwich. That I am going to do. Get me an ice cream sandwich, and I will be right back. Rob, bro. Oh, footlong hot dogs were awesome, man. You pull into A&W, and they had these awnings. You know, the awning. They had an awning that stuck out the side of the building, and then you pull in, you park under the awning. All right. And they had this little speaker thing, and you spoke into the speaker and said, "I want a foot-long hot dog, and I want a large A&W root beer." And the lady comes out on roller skates with this big ass metal tray, and she sets it down on your car window, and it's got this big foot-long hot dog, and it's got a big mug of A&W root beer, and boy, I tell you, that there ain't nothing like it. There's nothing like it, man. And back then, see, hot dogs weren't filled with a bunch of junk. They were actual hot dogs. They had, real meat in them, and so they were healthy back then too.
Healthy hot dogs.
It was an experience, man.
Hot dogs are lips and assholes. I mean, look, I like a good hot dog too, but I've never been in denial that they were ever healthy. Fucking healthy. Shut the fuck up, Vaughn.
I mean, I keep telling people the 60s and the 70s were badass. They were badass, you turn on your radio and there's not a bad song anywhere on the radio, nowhere. Everywhere you turn on that radio, there's always a good song. Always. Doesn't matter whether it's country, rock, jazz, whatever. There's always a good song on the radio. And you tell people that, and they look at you like a deer in headlights, like, no, man, that's not possible. Well, I'm sorry, but it is possible, and it did happen because I lived through it. It was amazing. We used to park our car under a shade tree, and we used to work on our own cars. Did you know that? I put dual exhaust on my own car. I had a 1974 Gran Torino 4-door. I called it the Big Green Machine.
Uh-huh.
And I literally dualed out my exhaust, and it was, oh gosh, it sounded awesome. It sounded so badass. And see, when you use real dual exhaust, you get better gas mileage too, and better horsepower. And so, I dualed out my car, and I had a buddy of mine. He had a big Plymouth station wagon, and we put racing stripes on the side of his station wagon, and we dualed it out, and we put big size 50 tires on the back, and it was a totally different life, man. It was a totally different reality, man. It was just so much more badass than what we have today.
Remember, he was born in 63, so if he's trying to claim this was like the 60s or the 70s, and he had like this car, right? I'm pretty sure come with dual exhaust. But anyways, you know, he's trying to paint this picture of him. It's like 1975, and he's out under the tree, you know, hoisting engines and like putting on new manifolds and exhaust. And none of this happened, folks. This is all a fiction in his fucking mind that he's pulled from a movie somewhere. I'm just saying.
You had to experience it firsthand in order to understand, I reckon. But it was just amazing. It was an amazing time, and I wish we could get back to that. Maybe we can. I don't know. We'll see. The gods and goddesses, you know, can pretty much do whatever they want. So maybe they'll fling us backwards in time. That'd be nice. Go back to the days of A&W root beer stands. Ben and Jerry's, or not Ben and Jerry's, but Big Boy. We used to go to Frisch's Big Boy, and they had awnings too. You know, park under the awning. Out, girl on skates comes out with a big Frisch's Big Boy sandwich, and that tartar sauce that they had on there, man, it was a special sauce. It wasn't really tartar; it was like a special sauce. That special sauce is what made the sandwich.
Now hold up. I'm not familiar with Big Boy or whatever he's talking about. Maybe it is the case. Now, the thing is, this is where, see, fiction and reality start like overlapping in Vaughn's brain, right? Because the thing is, I know A&W, we still have A&W up here, it's right around the corner. But for a long time, their theme was, they kind of hung on to that like 1950s roller skate, bringing out your meal, clip it on the side of the car kind of shit, right? But that was kind of their thing, right? But Vaughn is actually talking about, like, he was alive in the time where like all the restaurants were doing that, which would have been a throwback to like the 50s. Now, someone, again, correct me if I'm wrong, this Big Boy chain, was that there, were they themed as a 1950s thing? Because otherwise, this is just another fiction in Vaughn's fucking brain. That he assumes because A&W was doing it, that everybody was doing it. Which wouldn't be the case, because that would be the 1950s. I'd like to know. What is it called? Big Boy? I don't know.
And if that wasn't enough, you could go to Riverfront Coliseum and watch the Cincinnati Reds play. And that was amazing, because back then it was still about the game, not about money. And so, you know, everybody was hyped up about the game, and it was great, man. It was fucking awesome. And it was a great time to be alive, man. It really was. I wish y'all could have experienced it. And who knows? Maybe we can get back to that way again. I don't know. I hope so. That would be nice. It would be nice if we could get America back to that way again. That would be great. How am I doing? I'm doing all right. Am I afraid of blue? No. Blue is like Cyrax, dude. He's like 98 pounds soaking wet. So no, I'm not. Wasn't there a contract? What contract? What are you talking about, contract? Ain't no contract. Yeah, I don't know what you mean by contract. Ain't no contract out on me. Ain't no contract out on me. Besides, those are illegal anyway. Right? Yeah. The financial backers had one mission, and that was to get all this stuff with the tax liens took care of. Well, that's been done, so that's the end of that. And I'm not allowed to talk about them anymore anyway. So that's the end of that.
Well, wait, what about buying your property? They didn't just satisfy the tax lien. What? What about the fucking $100K for the property? Like, this is just fucked up, fucking weird, folks.
No, everything has been done that's been done as far as I know. As far as I know. And again, I'm not allowed to talk about it. So I'm not going to talk about it anymore. What's done is done. It is done. It's over with. And that's the end of it. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors, and tell the haters, no more talking about the backers, period.
Is it possible that the deal was never for $100K? They like paid the liens, give him a place to live, give him a little chunk of cash up front for him to buy that car and a new computer. Remember, he just bought a new computer, right? And he weaseled it. He gave it all away. He gave it all away, folks. He gave it all away to get a single wide, a different vehicle, and a new computer. Huh.
Anyway, it's almost 2 hours and John is not here, so I don't know what the hell to do. So I'll just keep talking, I guess, until he finally gets around to coming back. It's the only thing I know to do. No, the one behind me is the old PC. The new PC is right here, next to me. Bun, do you think the gods will help Andrea renounce her ways and come back? I just want everyone to be happy. Dude, listen to me. All right, you want to know what destroyed Andrea? Christianity. Christianity destroyed Andrea. Because remember, when Andrea came here, she was a pagan. She was a Wiccan. And what did the trolls do? What did the haters do? They got her to convert to Christianity. And when she converted to Christianity, what did that do? That created strife in our home, because then we were unequally yoked. And when you're unequally yoked, it creates strife in the home. And then that was by design. That was done on purpose. And then once she converted to Christianity, her whole life just fell apart. Everything fell apart. And the trolls were able to manipulate her and control her and deceive her and lie to her. And, it's sad. It's truly sad. Christianity did that. Christianity destroyed Andrea. It absolutely did. And I've got it all documented. So nobody can deny it. And where is the Christian God in that? I mean, somebody converts to Christianity and then the Christian God lets them get beat up and driven insane and get all their shit taken away. Where's the Christian God in that, man? Huh? Where is he at? He on holiday? Is over in Tahiti sipping a mint julep? Where is he? Where the fuck is he? Yeah, see? So, I mean, and look at my mom. My mom was a Christian for 91 years. She got put on drugs to dope her up.
I was going to say something crazy here. She lived 91 years old, dude. That's a pretty good life. That's it was longer than Jesus. But anyways, yeah, I'm going to skip because he's going to say something about a JAB, I'm sure, right right there.
Yes, all of them. I don't know. But if you go to her Facebook page, one day she's a police officer, one day she's a firefighter, one day she's a registered nurse, one day she's a college student with a master's degree.
Yeah, and when she moved into your place, you said she was getting prophecies, quote unquote, because voices in her head and dreams were showing her like the world burning. And then later you had to get her institutionalized because she was hearing voices telling her to kill you and the children. That's what you said. So, I mean, you moved her in. She obviously had mental issues, dude.
She's all over the map. She's all messed up. They messed her mind up good, buddy. They really did a job on it.
Though I do want to point out the irony that he like call her crazy for saying that she's going to have like the dude from fucking Terminator as a son. But Von Helton claims to be, the reincarnation of the Punisher and a warlock and a vampire and a bounty hunter and a black ops and the list goes on. A chemist, a zoologist, cryptozoologist, an historian, a chemist, real estate professor. Gee whiz, I mean, I can't remember all that.
And that's sad because she had her whole life ahead of her. She was only 25 at the time, folks. 25. They destroyed her, buddy. They destroyed her life. But you can go on her Facebook page and read it for yourself, man. She's all over the map. She's everywhere. She's got 5 personalities. And according to HEW right here in Kentucky, she has 7 mental conditions. 7. Okay, that's a lot. That's a lot, man. So she's messed up. So no, Andrea is not coming back. Not, I mean, it would literally take a miracle for her to come back. So no, she's not coming back ever. And not only that, but all the fat haters, because these, there is women hater out there, and every one of them's fat. And Andrew was slim and trim and very attractive. And go look at her now. She's fat. She's ugly looking. And so the trolls and haters are the female trolls and haters. They're all happy with that. They're happy as a clown.
Again, another parallel to Von Helton. He always goes on how she's put on weight, lost her teeth, full of poison. I mean, we've seen Von's feet. We've seen his legs. He's definitely put on weight. No teeth. It's like looking in a mirror. Von, wake up. This is how the world sees you, dude. This is...
Because now Andrea looks like them. Instead of how she looked like before when she lived with me. When she lived with me, man, she was top shelf.
She started literally losing her teeth when she lived with you. That's not a coincidence, Von. You didn't brush your teeth and lost them. And when she moved in with you, she stopped brushing her teeth and lost them. I mean, this again, folks. I'm yelling into the shit abyss and expecting an echo. Shit doesn't echo. It doesn't reflect sound, folks. There's no reflection in the shit abyss.
Clean. She was skinny. She looked beautiful. She would do her face and do her nails and stuff. She looked awesome. Not no more. Not no more. She's destroyed in every way possible. And that's by design, by the way. That's all by design. No shoes required. Well, that's good. General Miller wants me, huh? Who's General Miller? The video's on my channel. Okay. Well, I'm not on YouTube, remember? I got banned from YouTube. Fight the good fight, Mountain Man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, General Miller, I don't know who you...
Now that's some bullshit because everyone knows you don't have to have an account per se to just watch videos. And I know for a fact because he's mentioned stuff in my videos. So he does watch YouTube. He's full of shit. Surprise, shocker, folks.
Mean. Don't know who you mean, and frankly, I don't give a shit. I've got my own problems. Got my own problems to deal with. Now, if they're offering me to come back to the military, well, maybe. But then if they want that, they'll land a helicopter right out there in that field and come get me, right? I mean, that's all they got to do. Land a damn helicopter out there and say, let's go. Well, they ain't done that, have they? So I think the General Miller thing is just trolling. That's all that is. That's trolling. Because anytime they want me, all they got to do is land a helicopter out there in that field. Well, they ain't done it, have they? No. So is the military wanting me back? No, that's a lie. So whoever told you that, they're full of shit. Because believe me, they know where I am. They know who I am. And all they got to do is land a helicopter out there. And they haven't done that. So anybody telling you that I'm going back into the military or that I'm going back to doing government work, they're full of shit. They're full of shit until you hear it from me. And you know, I'm obviously I wouldn't be able to say much, but you know, if the government wanted me back or if the military wanted me back, I'd tell you. I'd say, yeah, I'm going back. I wouldn't be able to give no specifics, obviously, because it'll probably be classified as fuck. But if they wanted me back, I would go back. But that's not going to happen. Okay. Besides, I'm crippled as fuck. I got lymphedema in my right leg, and I got a hip going out with arthritis and bursitis, and I got problems with my back. I mean, no way.
Again, the parallels, folks, like looking in a mirror, Von.
Unless they want me to fly a desk or something, which they might. I don't know. But I don't see that happening. Charlie Miller is a criminal. You know that, right?
He really does think it's like the movies, though, right? That's where he's totally getting, like, it's every like 80s testosterone-driven, you know, Braddock, we need you back. Told you I wasn't going back. You know, we'll have you behind the desk, Braddock. It's like, you know, that's what Vaughn thinks it's like. They would send a private helicopter. You know, Trump himself would come out and, Vaughn, we need you. One more mission. Said it was done. Just one more. You got 48 hours, Helton. 48 hours.
And a former Grand Wizard of the KKK, if I recall correctly, as well.
Yeah, that's not true. That's just not true.
No. No, I am not on YouTube. I am on StreamYards. I am not on YouTube. I am on StreamYards. Do you understand the difference?
Yeah, this is Von Helton's weird way of thinking. He's like somehow like avoiding something. Look, your channel got removed. Everybody gets just because your channel gets removed doesn't mean you're necessarily banned from YouTube. John got the exact same slap on the wrist Von did, but Von can't register and click in his brain that getting John to open a YouTube channel, even in Von's name before, doesn't magically change the. If it is the fact that Von Helton wasn't allowed to be on YouTube, then he's still breaking the rules right now by being on YouTube, right? But I don't think that's the case. I just think he thinks that. He could open up a new channel right now. But he's that. Folks.
I am on StreamYards. I am on software. But I am not on YouTube. I am on StreamYards. The only reason you're seeing it on YouTube is because StreamYards is sending it to YouTube.
Oh, very good, Vaughn. That's how it works. I'm on OBS. I'm not on YouTube right now. The only reason you can see me on YouTube is because OBS is streaming it to YouTube. Oh, okay.
That's the only reason.
The only reason, folks.
Otherwise, you wouldn't see me at all.
He's right.
But I am not on YouTube. I am on StreamYards. You understand the difference? I hope so. Serious stuff. Yeah, whatever. Vaughn, you need to be careful with blasphemy against Christianity. Blasphemy against Christianity? Are you fucking kidding me? My mother and father were Christians all their lives, and they're dead. And they got all their shit stolen. Where was the Christian God in that? So don't talk to me about Christianity. You reached me too late, dude. I was a Christian for 20 fucking years. What did it get me? Nothing but aggravation. That's all it ever got me. I never got anywhere when I was a Christian. So no, you reached me too late. Sorry. There's no way in hell I'd go back to Christianity. Especially now that I know that the Christian God is Moloch. Holy shit. There's no way I'd ever go back and serve a demon? Really? No, I'm not going to serve no demon. I'm not going to serve a demon. Sorry. It's John that has it on the boob tube, yeah. You should come back and do your old videos and on aliens and stuff. YouTube ain't gonna let me back because I'm a real conservative. Why do you think they got rid of me? They told me in their own damn email, the reason we're getting rid of you is because you're a real conservative. They said that. They actually said that shit. Okay, they don't want real conservatives on their website. So, hey, that's fine by me. I went to Odyssey. I went to Gab. I got 2,000 subs on Gab, dude. I'm doing pretty good on Gab. So I don't need YouTube. What the fuck I need YouTube for? YouTube can go to hell. YouTube's going to go down anyway. I already told you that was coming. YouTube's going down, man. I don't know when, but they're going down. I already told you that. That is a thing, man. That is a real thing. It's going to happen. I'm going to put my mobile over there and let it be charging. I'm at half charged, so I need to let it be charging. But anywho, yeah. Bon, do you think war is coming to the United States, or is Trump saving us from war? I don't know. I don't know. That's not in my purview. My purview is to do the will of the gods and goddesses of freedom religion and to tell you whatever it is they want me to tell you. That's it. That's all I do. I do what they want me to do, and I tell you if they have something to tell you. And that's it. Everything else, I don't care. I don't care about anything else. I don't give a shit.
See, I'm almost starting to think that T-shirt, though, folks, and I'm going to go a step. I'm stepping outside my knowledge base, so if any of the ladies in the audience could fill me in. I think it's a woman's shirt. I think it's a younger woman's shirt. And I think that it's like a paternity, like, or maternity. Anyways, I think it's like for a pregnant woman because it's all tight around the neck and up around the arms. But then he's got robust room for the breasts and stomach. I don't know if I can catch it. Well, here, watch him get up again.
And I tell you if they have something to tell you, and that's it.
That's it.
Everything else, I don't care. I don't care about anything else.
Because watch, he's got
give a shit.
He's got the adequate. He's got. I mean, it's hanging on, but it's tucked in, right? So there's slack. There's a little bit. Those titties are fucking pulling though. You can see that. Look at that cloth. So maybe not. Maybe it's just stretched out. But I mean, it seems to me, you know, tight up top, loose on the bottom, is like a top you'd get for somebody that's like pregnant. I think maybe he was out at somewhere and maybe just needed a shirt and was like, oh, that's a cool shirt. He's like, oh, my arms look boss in this. Or maybe not. Maybe there's more to this. It seems like it's happened enough times. It's more than we don't believe in coincidences around here, folks. I'm just saying. And if that is the case, nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. That's all. I'm not, you know.
Don't know. Don't care. That's not in my purview. My purview is that if the gods and goddesses of freedom religion give me something to tell you, I tell it. Or if there's something going on in my personal life, I do it. Or if the gods and goddesses want me to do something on a national or on a statewide or a national wide level, or even a globalist level, I will do it. But that's it. I can't even use my own magic to save myself. I have to rely on others. That's by design. That way nobody can come to me later on and say, well, you did this and you did that. No, because I can't. I am totally reliant upon others and reliant upon the gods and goddesses. That's it.
That's a good point.
I can't do anything on my own.
That's a good point, Quasi, and it would account for why the pocket. It's to hold the breast pump apparati. Right? Your hand's full, you got the baby, you got to pull out a titty. The other side, need somewhere to hold your shit. Women love pockets. It's all coming together here, folks.
Folks, think about this. You really think I would have let this bullshit with my kids drag on for 20 goddamn years? If I had the ability to use my magic to stop it, fuck no. I would have stopped it in an Augenblick. Okay? So no, I'm at the mercy of, the gods and goddesses. They've got a plan. I don't know fully what the plan is, but they said they were going to restore that which was broken in my life. And so I'm going to let them do it. I'm giving them a chance to do it. And in the meantime, they told me that they're going to fix America, which is badly broken, and restore us back to a republic again. That sounds fucking awesome to me. So, and by extension, possibly even restoring China back to a republic. Because see, China before World War II was a republic as well, just like America. And a lot of Chinese on Getter were asking me, hey man, are they going to restore? And I said, yeah, it's possible. It's very possible. Good chance of it. So we'll see how that goes. But, that's my focus. My focus is on my shit and anything the gods and goddesses wish to impart to you. And that's it. That's all I do, man. That's all I do. Good to hear Sharpie's still kicking. Yeah, Sharpie's still around. Yeah, Sharpie's still around. What if God tells someone else to inform you of something? You won't listen? The gods and goddesses, if they want me to know something, they tell me directly. Period. Period, end of story. Do you think that you're the only one who knows of God? I'm the only one that knows of freedom religion and the gods and goddesses thereof. Well, not anymore, because now we got 3 other members of our religion. So we're now a whopping 4 people. But no, God, the Christian God is not real. The Muslim God is not real, and the Jewish God is not real. And I don't serve them anyway. I serve the God and the goddesses of freedom religion. Don't fix shit. I do what the gods and goddesses want me to do. They want me to fix something, they'll tell me. Whatever happens to you, just know that you were loved and that you denied of it. You don't know what love is. Okay, what are you trying to say here? Are you trying to say somebody's going to try to kill my ass or something? Well, that is that loving Christianity again now, isn't it? Don't hand me Christianity. Christianity is bullshit. People tried helping you. No, people did not try helping me. Because if people tried helping me, they would give money to my Cash App, and I wouldn't be in the red right now, right? Where's all my subscribers? Where's all the people donating to my Cash App and donating to my Patreon and donating to PayPal and so where's that all at? Everybody else is getting it. The trolls are getting it. What was it we said that them trolls, them longtime trolls from years ago that used to be trolling God TV Radio? Brett Keane, remember Brett Keane of God TV Radio? The trolls that used to troll him? They were bringing in $750 a month. And that's before the super chats. That's before Patreon and PayPal and all the other shit. That was just YouTube alone. $750 a month. Okay, so please, you got money to give to a bunch of fucking haters, but you ain't got money to give to me? Give me a break, dude. I don't want to hear no shit. All right? Y'all could have been helping me. You could have been supporting me. You ain't got $1 fucking dollar to give me, to put on my Cash App every week or every month or whatever. I mean, $1 a month, dude. 2,000 people giving $1 a month. That's $2,000 a month. That pays my bills. That would keep me in the red. But you won't do it. I don't know why. You'd rather give your money to a bunch of haters, Brett Keane haters first, then John's haters, then my haters, then Cyrax's haters. You give money to these haters, but you won't give no money to people trying to bring you the truth. So I don't want to hear no shit, dude. When you start giving money to people that are trying to help you, then things will change. Until then, nothing changes. That's just the way it is. Mm-hmm. You should be banned from all the internet, you psychopath. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there we go. Slayer Chow is sniping you. I don't give a fuck. It's not my YouTube channel. Is it? It's not my YouTube channel now, is it? No. Not my fucking YouTube channel. I'm not on YouTube. I'm on StreamYard. If you were a nicer guy, people would help you. Bullshit. Being nice ain't got nothing to do with it. Being nice ain't got nothing to do with it. The drunken peasants were $50 a month on YouTube. So don't hand me no shit. Drunken peasants were not nice people at all. They were scumbags. They were a bunch of losers. But they got $750 a month. Each one of them, mind you. My mother was not Rosie the Riveter. How the fuck would you know, dumbass? Was you around in 1945? No, you were not. Now were you? So shut the fuck up. You weren't there. Vaughn, I prayed for you to get better and better yourself, and you won't listen. God told me. You're right. I don't serve a demon. I don't serve Moloch, okay? Go read your Bible, Christian, where it says they threw their babies and their children into the fires of Moloch. Go read that shit. It's in the Bible. Oh, wait, y'all don't read your Bible. You just listen to the pastor, right? Yeah, go read your Bible. Actually, go read the damn thing because you're missing a lot. They're at least worth the comedy. Yeah, whatever. You are not nice. Okay, well, then I'm not nice. I don't give a shit. 1929. Uh-huh. Who's the drunken peasants? Google it. For fuck's sake, you got Google. Google it. Yeah, sure I did, Revolver. Yeah, sure I did. Any ET activity? Nope, nothing right now. Everything's quiet. Yeah, whatever. I don't give a shit. Where the fuck is John at? It's 2 hours and 10 minutes. Where the fuck is he? Oh, it says he's offline. Oh, well, there you go. I guess he's offline. Yep, he's offline. Well, shit. How the hell am I supposed to turn this off? I ain't got no tools. I don't know how many tools to turn the damn thing off. Ha ha. Oops. Oh, well. Who cut your gas line? You don't remember? I told everybody who cut my gas line. You don't remember? You having a momentary lapse of reason? For some reason? For some reason, you lack reason. You're the one I want. You are the one I want. Lordy. There's no ETs. Okay, well, whatever. Whatever, dude. I don't give a shit. Believe what you want. I don't give a fuck. I don't answer to you. I don't answer to you. I answer to the gods and goddesses of freedom religion. That's who I answer to. I don't answer to you. Thankfully. Thankfully, I don't have to answer to any of you. I answer to the gods and goddesses. Well, John, I don't know where the fuck you went, and I have no controls to turn off your show, so I guess it'll go on into the night. Yes, my cat was shot with a sniper rifle. That's right. because the cat saved my life. The cat woke me up. It was freezing cold, and I would have froze to death in my house, but my cat woke me up. And when they found out the cat woke me up, they shot it with a sniper rifle. Yes, that really happened. These people are vindictive, shitty pieces of shit. You got any room left in you? The trailer for a plus-sized woman? No. No, I do not. John should be here, but he's not here, so nothing I can do about it. Like I said, I ain't got no tools. I ain't got no equipment. No way of shutting it off, so oh well. And he's not online.
So anyone that's new, I see a couple questions. So he used to have a cat called Smokey, and Smokey died. I'm not sure. I think he claimed he actually resurrected the cat, at least a dog at one point. But in his really old, if you find them, the really old Vaughn videos, he has this, they had this cat they called Smokey. And he's always claimed that it was assassinated with a sniper rifle. Exactly who, I'm not sure. This is back in the days. I don't know if you ever saw the old video from Stickam where he's ranting about a black helicopter surrounding his property and all this crazy shit. So, yeah, his cat got assassinated. Got 86th, if you know what I'm saying.
And it doesn't say he's online on Steam. And I went on Team, and it says he's offline there. And let's check WhatsApp, see if he's there. 6:14. Yeah, that's almost an hour ago. So he's not there either. So yeah. So yeah. I'm looking for a place to live. Well, you ain't gonna live here. Sorry. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the hell happened to him, but it's showing him offline. So, oh well. Let's see if I can get him to respond. Declined. Flood advisory. Okay. Well, flood advisory then. All right. Mm-hmm. Hi, I'm Copilot. Well, hi, Copilot. How the hell are you? Dirt. Oh, yeah. Oh, there he's back. We got him green again. Dear. Oops. Dirt.
Vaughn, I'm so sorry. I'm doing Lyft. I'm making money.
Right.
And I told Sammy goes, oh, I'm done for the night. I thought I hit the X. I thought I hit end the show.
No.
I thought I hit end the show. I swear to God, Vaughn.
No.
I thought I hit end the show.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
You're telling me you
been going this whole time. Yeah, it's been going this whole time. I've been holding down the fort.
I owe you a cheeseburger. I owe you a cheeseburger for holding down the law.
Yeah, there you go. I will go.
So how's your night going?
It's going. I mean, the outside chat's full of haters, of course. Saying I raped my wife and molested my kids and beat people up and everything else.
They're such trashy people.
Usual shit.
They got nothing better to do with their lives than to fucking aggravate.
No, they don't. They don't, because they're YouTube trolls. That's all they got. That's all they got, man. Is hate. That's all they got is hate. That's all they got is hate.
All right, let me pull over to the side.
All right.
And let me just start. I'll pull over to the side and I'll start fucking taking out. Who has to go? What's their names?
There's a shit ton of them. I don't know. Just grab them and start hitting the ban button. Pardon me. Just grab them and start hitting the ban button. I mean, that's all you got to do.
We got Revolver out there. Yeah, Revolver Bernie's got it. That piece of shit has to go.
Yeah.
That one has to go.
There's a bunch of them.
Red has to go. Red's a piece of garbage.
Yep.
Sabella, they ought to go. That's a piece of garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Royal Green, piece of garbage. That's got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, we got a holy shit, Vaughn.
Yeah, they all came. They came when they saw you were gone. See, they come and started spamming the chat.
You know what? It's a good thing now that we got the house cleared out. Now we can have the next show, and we won't have the trash bags.
We won't have a bunch of shit. Yeah, hopefully. The problem is these guys have like 1,000 fucking YouTube accounts.
Yeah.
And I don't know why YouTube doesn't stop that shit, but they don't.
What's the update on StreamYards connecting to Odyssey? What's the update on that?
There is none at the moment. They said it's a money issue. It said it's extremely expensive, and either Odyssey can't afford it or StreamYards can't afford it, or neither one can afford it. But it's apparently very expensive. And I forget which one I talked to. I talked to both, but I think it was Odyssey.
To both of them, yeah.
I think it was Odyssey that said it's extremely expensive, and that's why they didn't go ahead with it or something. I'd have to look again, but one of them said it was extremely expensive, and that's why they ain't done it. So I don't know. I have to go with what they tell me, and so that's basically it in a nutshell.
Well, if all he wants to do is run StreamYard for the fact to host people and broadcasts on Odyssey. And what the problem is that StreamYard, because you get to select your platform to stream to, doesn't recognize Odyssey. What you could do, Vaughn, is still use OBS like you're doing your morning coffees. Instead of pre-recording them, stream directly using OBS. Open a StreamYards. Don't stream from it, but you could capture it on your OBS, like Miss Parker and everybody used to do, and Dragnot or whatever. And then that way you can use OBS as you're streaming to Odyssey, but it's capturing a private StreamYard room that you give John and people the link. You're welcome, Von Helton. Jesus.
But yeah, and isn't it interesting that YouTube didn't flag none of these comments themselves? You had to come back and do it. Where was YouTube at when they were sitting there making all these accusations about me? I guess YouTube don't give a shit. I guess not.
Shannon says, "Hey John, what's going on, Shannon?
Yeah.
You're gonna start reforming yourself and repent on being a YouTube troll, Shannon?"
That's never going to happen. That'll never happen. That will never fucking happen. No way.
I could make an honest. Well, I think Vaughn. I think I could make an honest woman out of Shannon. What do you think?
No. No, you can't.
I bend her over and give her the goods. I won't make it. You don't think so?
You cannot change a leopard's spots, bro. Okay, no.
It's
You
that
cannot
bad with
change
Shannon,
it.
is it? Okay.
You cannot change a leopard's spots. Once a YouTube troll, always a YouTube troll. That will never change.
All right.
That will never
You
change.
heard it here, folks. You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, I know.
That's it, Shannon. There's no
Look at
hope.
look at all the people we put in jail in the hope of reforming them. Do they ever get reformed? No. They go in jail. They learn how to make even more crime, and then they come out worse.
And then they get even worse, right? They become even badder and tougher. Yeah.
Yeah, because they become a better thief, a better crook, a better criminal. They work out on weights and become this, super buff, and they, so they come out being a worse criminal than they went in. So, yeah, it's craziness. It's absolute craziness.
That is, you know what? You're kind of right on that. I will agree on prison reform.
Oh yeah,
that is one issue that's completely bullshit. Yeah.
Let's make dungeons great again, shall we? Let's make dungeons great again. Because that's what we need. We don't need jails. We need dungeons.
Yeah, Iron Maidens. Let's make Iron Maidens great again.
Yeah, let's make Iron Maidens great again. There you go. Yeah. Distracted driving. I'm calling the cops. Yeah, well, that sounds like a typical fucking troll.
I'm not distracted. I'm driving perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if I actually got your mother here sucking on my knob at the same time. Doing pretty good if I say so myself.
Yeah, there you go.
I can't talk like that anymore because I gotta deal with Shannon. If I want to make an honest woman out of Shannon, I can't be talking like that.
Yeah. Well, you can't.
I don't know, man. I think everyone has the ability to get better, but
now
that's very difficult.
Okay, stop, because that's not true. According to the tripartite tractate, you have three types of people. You have Hylics, you have prophetics, and you have Gnostics. You have three types of people. The Hylics cannot be changed. They cannot be made into prophetic.
Is Shannon a Hylich? Is she that bad that she can't be changed?
She cannot be changed. She is a Hylic. She cannot be changed. She is she's materialistic. She has no connection to source, and so therefore she cannot be changed.
All right, Vaughn. I'm going to end the show. I got another driver I'm picking up. I'm going to go do this other driver. I gotta make some money. But if I got some time tonight, I will play some killing. All right.
All right, well, there it is, folks. That's the tea for the evening. That's the evening pour. So Vaughn is broke. The financial backers said no more. The tap's cut off. The honeymoon is over. The gigoloing has come full circle, folks. just as predicted. But it's really just a lot of speculation. We will see what happens as this story develops, folks. I think this is gossip worthy, though. So if you want to come over and gossip, I'm going to pop over to Discord. There's the link. If you're not already a member, let's get a little voice chat going. I'll be there in a couple minutes. I just got to grab something quick to eat. But give me about 5 or 6 minutes. I'll go over there. And we'll see if we can hash this out. See what we can come up with. What's going on? The fountain has dried up, folks. Von Helton is back to being broke. So, yeah, that's it. We'll keep you updated as the story develops. Thanks for being here. If you don't mind thumbsing it up, if you haven't already on your way out, I do appreciate that. Thank you to everybody who took the time to watch it. And, yeah, that's it. Go home or come to